What is up, fam? Here's your boy Deuces. I am back once again, guys. This is actually part 2 Joe Rogan show. Travis Walton remembers encounter with aliens. This is actually his abduction story. This is a story actually he's telling us more about in depth about his alien abduction, guys. That's a mouthful, I know, guys. But do you remember whenever the first part where he was saying bush through they busted through the tree line. He just went, you know what I'm saying? That's what you wanted to see. You know, I play a lot of Call of Duty, guys. But anyways, without further and foremost, guys, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channel, it's highly appreciated, guys. I absolutely love these stories. Anyways, let's jump right into the video.
Wasn't real quick. It wasn't real walking right up. It was real slow. It was dim. My consciousness was kind of like in and out for a while. I didn't know where I was. The pain and the feeling that I was mortally wounded. Something was so wrong inside. I felt like I was dying. And this is what really fueled the panic when I finally laid eyes on these creatures. Of course, you know, all of the mental programming that we get from Hollywood that aliens are invading monsters, you know, didn't help. But I instantly associated this feeling of dying with pain with them. So I was combative immediately.
Where were you?
I was lying on my back on a raised table. There was a light above me. It was not real bright. It was...
And guys, look, do you think some of this could be a dream? Do you think people could actually dream this stuff and they come forward with a story that they absolutely think was real? Kind of like a sense of psychosis type? Because I could actually see that, guys. Because is there really aliens? That's something we may not never even know whether they actually exist, guys. We've sent messages over and they've not been caught yet, guys. So yeah, that's actually a touchy subject, guys. Either you believe or you do not believe. Like I said before, yes, there's kind of I'm on the line of believing in aliens, just like Bigfoot, guys. I actually think I would become closer to believing in Bigfoot than aliens. I'm just saying, guys, am I hating this guy's story? I am not, guys. I am open-minded, 100%, and these stories, absolutely, I love them. Actually, something you can sit and watch daily. So yes, I love these type of stories, guys, but I may and may not believe in aliens. Let me know what you guys do believe in aliens down in the comment section. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the video.
Not so bright that I couldn't see the outline of the fixture, but
What did the fixture look like?
kind of like that, only much larger. Just a soft glow. And in the movie, there's a little bit of striking on the part of the aliens against me. That didn't happen. I lashed out at them. The one closest to me, I felt really weak. I didn't have enough strength to do much. So when my arm contacted him, he just fell back very unexpectedly easy into the other one. And I rolled off the table in the other direction. And they came around the table, and the three of them were coming towards me. And I just grabbed something from behind me, an object off of the shelf there, and started swinging it at them.
What was the object?
It was just some large, long cylinder or rod, glass, some clear material. Wasn't studying it. I was looking at them and swinging wildly, screaming threats. They stopped. And I was planning on attacking more fully, just making way past them. The only doorway I could see was on the other side of them.
And it looked like a doorway?
Yeah, it looked like a doorway, just,
What did they look like?
I guess it's a pretty typical description nowadays. Very large eyes, hairless, 2 eyes, nose, mouth. I didn't see them speak or no change in the expressions. And to me, that in the face of all the screaming and the fear that I was projecting, their lack of reaction probably just added to my panic. But
Did they feel like they were a living creature, or did they feel like they were a robot? Like,
well, they were without expression, I'll say that. But, I've had 45 years to think about that. In more recent years, I think, well, maybe if they're telepathic and it's developed enough to where they don't need to talk, they also don't need facial expression.
right.
And so their ability to communicate with each other would be much richer and more complete than we have. And speech and frowns or smiles or whatever would become obsolete pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, that is a theory about where human beings are headed. If we continue to evolve, that we will one day reach this point where the biological limitations of our monkey bodies will slowly start to fade away, and we'll have different abilities to
Well, why
communicate.
would we need to frown or
Yeah.
smile if you can say much more?
And also their musculature, did they look like smooth, like they had no
They-
clear muscles?
Yeah, they were pretty smooth, very light. When I hit the one, it fell back into the other one pretty easily, like he weighed hardly anything.
Like a little kid?
That was the most terrifying experience of my life.
I would absolutely say that would be terrifying, guys. Can you imagine? Just like I said, you're out working, you're doing this, doing that. You get abducted, guys, and you're next thing we know, you're in a UFO. And you wake up on a table on your back, and then you're surrounded by aliens. No. Aliens is surrounding you, so you hit one and he goes flying across the room into the other aliens. And then them aliens get pissed off at you and come at you. And what else did they do? I want to know. Facial expressions. Can you imagine being an alien just being like, meh? I mean, come on, guys. I just can't even fathom the whole subject of being abducted by an alien. I just can't. Do I believe in aliens? I've said it before, guys. I'm on the fence about that. But getting abducted by aliens, coming forward with the story about the aliens, about getting abducted by them, and seeing the aliens on your back of the table, you pick up a rod, you swing, trying to hit one. This is the story, guys. And this is his story, and I guarantee he's sticking to it, guys. Am I calling this man a liar? I am not calling this man a liar. We don't know what's out there and what's not out there. So how are we even to call this man a liar, guys? We can't. You can, but you don't know for sure whether it's true or not. Your conscience tells you, yeah, they don't even exist. That's what your conscience tells you. Your conscience tells you, no, we can't. I cannot get abducted by aliens. No such thing. Whether it be a fear or whether you believe in them or whether you don't. That's what it is. But can you imagine getting abducted by aliens and having to come back as an earthling and tell your story and with nobody believing you? Because that's what this man's doing. This man's coming forward to share his story, and most of the people's probably like, this dude's crazy. Psych ward, medications, tons, like lots. What we get for judging somebody, guys. We should thou shall not judge, guys. I'm just saying you cannot make this shit up, guys. Anyways, let's jump right to the video.
When I tell this story and try to relate to people, I'm trying to communicate what I experienced and how utterly, utterly traumatic that was and how it was so devastating. I was, on the verge of catatonic for weeks after it happened. But I don't want to relate this story in order to inspire fear. because I've had enough time to think about it that I think that it was unwarranted, that my reaction was just due to my ignorance of the situation. Um, the fact that I was returned at all is pretty significant, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, the idea that these beings are just kidnapping people willy-nilly and doing terrible things to them, I don't subscribe to that theory. Now, I try to separate what I actually experienced from things that I've concluded just from thinking about it. But it seems to me that, they've been seen.
And it's very easy for our mind to overthink things. It's a fact.
Observed, there have been sightings for before I was born.
Had you heard of the Betty and Barney Hill story before you were abducted?
I probably had. But if I thought if they had some sort of sinister intentions, it'd be a done deal. They wouldn't be sneaking around, hiding, and
Right.
I believe with that level of technology, look at it this way: human beings, just virtually everything technological that we have is just a few hundred years old. Before that, the most technological thing we had was fire, and in just the last 50 years, the progress of our science has grown to far overshadow everything we had accomplished in thousands of years before that. So I'm thinking what astronomers tell us about these other star systems is that they could be hundreds of thousands, millions, or maybe billions of years older than us. So if we accomplished the kind of technology that we have in a few decades, what is possible with millions of years of development? I mean, we couldn't begin to recognize what they're capable of.
Right.
So I think it's presumptuous for people to say, oh, they could never do that.
It really is an interesting conundrum because we know what we can do and we know where we came from. We have a very clear history of technology when it comes to humans. And we also know that there are planets surrounding stars all throughout our galaxy and all throughout the universe. But we're still skeptical. It's so funny. And
Yeah,
so
it is.
But for a guy like you who's actually encountered it, even though you saw it, it had to not seem real.
Oh, yeah, you're questioning your sanity for sure. I mean, it was like I was practically catatonic for days afterwards.
Catch new episodes.
So there you guys go. Look, so when something like this happens, your mind tells you that it's real, but is it really real, guys? Do we dream about this stuff and it really? Have you ever had a dream where it felt so real that you like wake up and panic, guys? I've had them before. Now whether that is your conscious, connecting to something different, and you're feeling that real feeling, I'm not for sure, guys. But something is out there, and we just don't know what yet, guys. So this man come forward and told his story with knowing people's going to actually 100% believe that he is a fake. That's it. Just like Bigfoot, just like anything else, guys, that may be a conspiracy theory, whatever else it may be, guys. Anyways, guys, I want to get abducted by aliens, but anyways, hopefully that made sense. But first, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe, channel, it's highly appreciated. Without further ado, guys, your boy Deuces. I'm out. Have a good one.